two uniform dice are thrown. Let x be the sum of the points obtained on a pair of dice when thrown. Find the probability distribution of x. Calculate expected value of x. What is the information given here? Two uniform dice are thrown. Two uniform dice. See, first of all, let us write the exhaustive cases when one die is thrown is equal. We have the number of cases are starting from 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So total number of exhaustive events are how many? It is 6. That means 6 power 1. But in this problem, they were saying that two uniform dice were rolled out. So exhaustive number of cases when two dice are thrown, then we have the concept which is called as multiplication of these things. Because exhaustive cases means what? For two dice, it is 6 square, right? 6 square means what? The combination of these two. Okay, these are the outcomes of the first die, and these are the outcomes of the second die. So the combination of these two will be the exhaustive cases of our problem. Now, what are they asking us to find out here? Okay, let us see what is the outcomes of this problem. Now, once I have a combination of all these things, we get the combination of this. That means when two dice are rolled, we might have a chance of getting the numbered phase 1, 1 or 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6 up to the last one might be of up to 1, 6. So total number of exhaustive events altogether, all these combinations is equal to 36. That is how it is called as 6 square. Okay. So now, what are they asking us to find out from this one? What is another information given to us? Let x be the sum of the points obtained on the pair of the dice when thrown. See now what they are asking us to find out. Now x is the outcome of the sum of the points. See, what is the sum of the point for the first one? It is 1, 1. Second one is 1, 1, 1 means it is 2. Sum is how much here? 2. So the first sum would be starting from which value? 2. Next one is 1, 2. Sum is 3. As well 1, 2, 2, 1 also give us the same answer. Sum is equal to 3. How many favorable outcomes are there? Here it is 2. For the sum 2, it is only 1. For 3, it is 2. Let us see for the sum 4. 1, 3, 2, 2, and 3, 1. And these three combinations will give us the same outcome as the sum 4. Likewise, we have to identify what is the minimum sum and what is the maximum sum that we can get out of these outcomes, and those are called as our favorable number of cases here. Now find the probability distribution of x. Probability distribution means what? We need to write all the outcomes of a random experiment, that is starting from 2 to maximum sum is 6, 6. So we get sum as 12. Probability distribution means we have to write the probabilities along with the outcomes. So let us consider this table here. So now sum of numbers would be of starting from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, uh, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So let us see how does the sum of two can come out of these exhaustive cases. The first one, we have only one combination, that is which is called as 1, 1. So how many favorable number of cases do we have to get a sum number 2? It is only 1. But what is the probability of getting sum 2 when two dice are rolled out? Formula is favorable number of cases by total number of exhaustive cases. In this case, total number of exhaustive cases are 36 because when two dice are rolled out. So always the probability denominator lies as 36 only. Now probability of getting sum number 2 is 1 divided by 36. Now, what is the favorable number of case of getting sum 3 out of this problem? We have two, first one would be of 1, 2, comma we have 2 comma 1. So how many favorable number of cases we have here? We have 2. So we can write this is as 2 by 36. The probability of getting sum 3 is 2 by 36. In similar way, the probability of getting sum 4 is, what are the combinations we have in starting from 1? We have 1 comma 3, next 2 comma 2, next we have 3 comma 1. We have 3 favorable number of cases. So that is how this value is 3. So the probability is 3 by 36. Next, the probability, that means favorable number of cases of getting sum 5. The combinations what we get is 1 comma 4, next 2 comma 3, 3 comma 2, next we have 4 comma 1. We have 4 favorable number of cases over here. So the probability of getting sum 5 is 4 by 36. Next, for the combination of 6, we have 1 comma 5, next 2 comma 4, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 2, and last one is 5 comma 1. That is how we all get the value sum as 6 out of these 36 outcomes. Okay, so now total number of favorable cases is 5. So the probability of getting sum 6 is 5 by 36. Next one is the probability of getting sum 7. What are the combinations we have? 1 comma 6, 2 comma 5, 3 comma 4, 4 comma 3, next we have 4 comma 3, next 5 comma 2, and next one is 6 comma 1. So here we have 6 outcomes, 6 favorable number of cases. So the probability is 6 by 36. Now next one is the favorable number of cases of getting sum 8. In one combination, 1 comma 6 is the highest one, we get 7. So we need to start from 2 comma 6. So the first combination of getting sum 8 is 2 comma 6, next 3 comma 5, next 4 comma 4, 5 comma 3, and 6 comma 2. So again the number started decreasing over here. So we have 5 divided by 36. Next, the probability, that means the favorable number of cases of getting sum 9. It might be lengthy, but each and every step will lead us to the perfect answers. Okay. Now, so the first combination will start from 3 comma 6, next 4 comma 5, next 5 comma 4, and 6 comma 3. Now we have only 4 favorable number of cases, so that we have the probability as 4 by 36. Next one, next the sum is 10. We have the combinations of 4 comma 6, 5 comma 5, 6 comma 4. Only 3 combinations. So it is 3 by 36. Next, the sum is 11. How many such combinations we have? We have only 2 combinations to go. That is 5 comma 6 and 6 comma 5. So it is 2 divided by 36. Now the last one is, how many such combinations are there to get sum 12? We have the highest combination, that is also only one we have. So it is 1 by 36. Okay, this is how we have to develop the problem from the given statement. After finding out this, we can find out whether this is a probability function or not. Just let us write it. X and P of X values. What is the number starting from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we have 11, 12. These are all the sum of the numbers when two dice are rolled out. Okay. So now let us write down the probabilities of these values. Now the probability of getting sum 2 is how much it is? 1 by 36. Next 2 by 36, 3 by 36, 4 by 36, 5 by 36. Next one 6 by 36, and from here again the values try to decrease. 4 by 36, next 3 by 36, 2 by 36, and the last one is again 1 by 36. This is how the problems get formulated. And after this, we have to find out whether this is a probability function or not. Unless until we cannot continue further by for doing calculation part. So here, let's take that. What is the condition that we need to check out here? Our total probability should be equal to 1. So summation P should be equal to 1. If this condition is satisfied, then we are up to the mark. So summation P means what? Addition of all these probabilities. Now once if we want to add all these probabilities, since the denominator is common, I want to take 1 by 36 as common. So if I take 1 by 36 as common, we can simply add the numerators, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if you add all these numerator values, simply definitely we will get the answer as 36. See, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 26, 30, 33, 35, and 36. So it is 36 divided by 36. So that it is called, since total probability is equal to 1, hence it is a probability distribution function. Now hence we can continue further for further calculation part. In this problem, what they're asking us to find out, calculate expected. See, they're asking us to find the probability distribution of X. The first one is done. This is the probability distribution of X. And the second one, they are asking us to find out expected value of X. Expected value of X is nothing but simple mean. Here, they are not asking us to find out the variance. They are asking simple as to find out the mean. So we don't require these last columns over here. So now X values are what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And P of X values are 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36, 4 by 36, 5 by 36, 6 by 36, 5 by 36, 4 by 36, 3 by 36. Next 2 by 36, and last one is 1 by 36. Now simply multiplying all these values with X values, that means multiplying first column with the second column. What is the answers we get? 1 into 1 by 36 is 2 by 36. Next 3 2s are 6 by 36. Never ever transform these values to the decimal form. Okay. Next one is 12 by 36. Next 5 4s are 20 divided by 36. Next 5 6 are 30 divided by 36. Next value is 6 sevens are 42 divided by 36. Next 5 eights are 40 by 36. Next 4 nines are 36 by 36. Next 10 into 3, 30 divided by 36. 11 into 2, 22 divided by 36. And the last one is 12 ones are 12 divided by 36. So finally, by adding all the numerator values, we can just go with the addition of these values. But finally, we get the answer as 252 divided by 36. 252 divided by 36. So simply writing this value over here, I just told you that we don't require any variance. So the mean is 252 divided by 36. We got the answer as 7. So the mean of the given distribution is 7. Only a simple statement is given to us. There is a random experiment which is going to happen. Based on that, they are asking us to develop the distribution function. From that, they are asking us to find out the mean. So first of all, we have identified total number of exhaust events of the given problem. From there, we have developed the favorable number of cases of getting these values. From there, the probabilities. So directly see the combination of first and last columns is our distribution function. Now, before solving this, that means before solving of mean of this distribution function, I have to find out whether this is a probability distribution function or not. So for that, I just found out whether the total probability is equal to 1 or not. Yes, I got the answer as 1. So then I have continued for the problem of mean, calculation of mean. So finally, I got 252 divided by 36. So final answer is 7. That is how we find out the mean for any particular given distribution.